Okay, so I wanted to share the blues love around a bit, and I got asked if I could do sort of the big blues type of preset for the Fractal stuff. I was messing around with the Helix. I don't often play blues, but when I do, it sucks. But this is sort of my take on this kind of Stevie Ray Vaughan, Matthew Scott-ish inspired thing. So Matthew Scott was talking in a video about Stevie Ray Vaughan's tones and how you can achieve those. A lot of the answers seem to be actually basically you need a Strat and a very loud Fender amp. So we'll start off with the vibro. I've done two kind of options here, so each one has a Tubescreamer in it, but here's the settings. I've used the vibrato verb AB. I don't know the differences. I need to probably look into what EX amp guide says about these, but we've got the drive up to 8.97, the bright switch on, the bass at 5, the treble at 5.28, and the level at -1.3. I think that's all we've changed here. Then the next block, I've got a large spring, and you know, some of the settings here, 6.78 seconds, size 42.6, the mix pretty low, so you can blend that in as you want. So yeah, maybe 10.8 you start to then get, you know, that sound that we probably associate with some of this stuff. Then cab wise, you see what I've done here is I've chosen the 1x15. If you go into the cab block and press enter, you can filter by 1x15s, which is what I did to find these. Actually, we've got some options here. We've got the 1x15 vibrato kind of cab, we've got Pro as well, and the Supremo Bolt, but the ones that I've ended up using are factory cab 618 and 622, so we've got a Royer and an SM57, and I'm panning them like -39 and +39. Then I think I've also introduced some room sound. If we go up page across, and you'll see that here I've brought in the room level at 18.5. I think that's all I've done there. Maybe I've increased the mic spacing. I can't remember if that's stock or not. But yeah, that's that. And then that's all. So if we go the fuzz phase settings that I've used, actually go back a sec. Here we are. The drive at 5.17, tone at 5.88, and the level quite high, 8.97. That sounds like this. Okay, and then you bypass that. The next drive I've got is the Tubescreamer, which similar again, drive lowish 1.92, tone at 5.64, and giving it some level as well, 7. And you'll hear obviously that's quite a thick sound, so the Tubescreamer does help us to get some of that out of the way. So without the Tubescreamer, okay, and I did say that there is a twin option, so everything remains exactly the same except for in our amp block. I've got the drive, I'm using the double verb normal, the drive at 10, bright switch on, bass at 5.89, bringing the mids back to 2.7, and the treble at 7.58, and that stock sounds like this. Okay, and then I can kick on the Tubescreamer. It's basically got a little bit less hair than the vibrato. open and a bit less driven, I think. Anyway, that's what I'm hearing. So those are the settings. Leave a comment if you want me to drop this into my folder. You can use the buy me a coffee link to get my Fractal presets if you want them. But that was some kind of bluesier tones with the Fractal as requested. Some fairly raunchy blues tones, admittedly. Feel free to like and subscribe if this is the kind of video that you want to see me make more of. The Fractal stuff doesn't necessarily get a huge amount of eyes to it, so leave a comment and let me know if this was at all useful for you. I think the real key to this kind of tone and these sounds are pairing the amp, the Fender style amp, with some nice big speakers. And I might try and do an Axe-Fx build where we've got a dual amp thing going on, because I think he used Stevie Ray used verb, as well as another amp type, so I think it might be a pro reverb or something like that, or a classic reverb, I'm not sure, but I need to look that up and look into it and do a bigger build for the Axe-Fx. Leave a comment if you think that would be useful. Cheers!